Yeah, we traveled a lot at the start of last year too. So we're gonna spend. We have one game at home, and then we're gonna go out and play some quality people. The second game of the year, we're going up to Wingate. Wingate was number 6 in the South region last year, and they won that conference up there. And so that's going to be a tough one right out of the gate. Weekend after that, we're headed up to Georgia to play Young Harris, who was a conference finalist in their conference last year, and then over to Alabama. And then the weekend after that, we're in spring break, so we're heading over to Salt Lake City to play Westminster, who was here last year, and also Colorado Mesa, who actually made the tournament last year. So we got some tough games there right in the first 5 or 6. Then we come back, and we've got one game against Colorado State Pueblo, and then we're into our conference schedule, which is always tough. We're going in with 54 guys, which is nice. It's fun to practice with that many. It doesn't really, you don't have any limiters as to what you can do in practice. So for key returners, obviously we got the 3 captains. Greg Teicher at attack, Jackson Colling, who's a junior midfielder, and then Evan Shimmick as a defensive guy. So all 3 of those guys have been starting since they were sophomores. 3 sort of different types of leadership styles, so it's good to have all 3 of those guys back. A lot of experience there. Other guys, we're counting heavily on a few seniors this year. Tommy Keene, for sure, who's a midfielder. Pretty much our entire midfield unit. We only graduated 1 last year, and Jeremy Slocum, who was a captain. So, we got Tommy, Blake Buell, Grant Long, Kyle Potera, and Brendan Carlin, who all saw a lot of time last year. Adam Scalisi is another senior that we're hoping to work in there. He's got a sneaky quick move here and there and puts the ball in the back of the net. So obviously all those guys on offense. The entire attack unit's back. We didn't graduate anybody, so there's 4 guys there with Greg, Joey, and Eric Niekamp. And then we also are fortunate to have a first-year senior, Ryan Dunn, who came in with all the guys who are seniors now, and then decided to leave the team in the spring. He wanted to focus a little bit more on wakeboarding. So he tore an ACL actually last year with that, and then decided that he wanted to try and come back to the lacrosse team. And he's playing great. Comes from a great program up in Connecticut, so it looks like he's going to be adding to those 3 guys who played last year as well. So we're excited about that. Defensively, we graduated 2 All-Americans in Austin Jackson and Lucas Brush, so not really too worried. Charlie Rask has really stepped it up. I think he's going to slide in there to play next to Evan Shimmick and Harrison Bluestein, who were both starters last year. Lucas was a great defensive midfielder for us, but we still have Roy back. We moved James Cowan from being our starting LSM to be a short stick D-midi as well. And then we still have Wyatt Todd and Chase Snyder, who are both all-state back in high school, and they're both fantastic players. And then we're also adding on defense Rob Champany, who's a freshman D-midi from Massachusetts, super quick kid, sees the field really well in transition. And the goalie situation, we have a couple freshmen who are really pushing the junior Landon Saley, who started a few games his freshman year. So there's a little bit of sorting out who's gonna be playing on the defensive end, but overall I think we're going to be just as solid as we were last year. The only other guy I haven't mentioned, it would be probably Cam Reeves and Finn Gent, a couple kids from Highland Park High School in Texas. Cam was first team All-State as a face-off specialist. So he's pushing Kyle Sudol for time there at the Face-Off X, and then Finn Gent is a super fast kid, just one step and go. Fun to watch play and shoots the ball hard. So he's definitely going to be working up there in those 2 midi lines and hopefully providing some scoring for us there. Yeah, we just need to be more consistent. We started off the season last year. We were very young right out of the gate, so we had a lot of guys who hadn't been put in positions where they needed to really perform and be the man. So we lost those first 3 games all on the road. One in double overtime at Belmont Abbey, and then we had a couple games that we just didn't play well, and so we weren't in them too much. But then, Mesa came in at number 4 in the country, and somehow we found a way to win that one. And they kind of took it from there and sort of turned the season around. So we're a lot less young this year. We've got a lot of guys who've put in a lot of time playing in games, and so we just need to be more consistent and play a little bit smarter at times, and I think that'll go a long way.